Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1890, Learning AI. This is something that we're probably all going to have to do at some point in time, is to learn how to use AI or how to integrate it into what it is that we do. And I've been doing this course where I am learning new things every day. So last night I learned about Jasper and the difference between Jasper and ChatGPT, since they kind of work the same. You put in your text commands and comes all the stuff and everything else. Jasper is more designed, I learned that Jasper is more designed for articles, blogs, reports, that sort of writing, whereas ChatGPT can help you format documents and help you with, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. And it can help you with, like, you take some information and you say, please put this into a spreadsheet, and ChatGPT will do that. Jasper does not. It's more the writing side of things. So that was kind of interesting to learn the difference between the two, because I kind of thought they were the same program. Nope, I was wrong. But that's okay. I learned. And then I also got to watch there was a video that I was sent about a guy who taught us how to create endless leads and put these leads into ChatGPT and have it format the spreadsheet and everything, and then you can take that spreadsheet, upload it into a CRM, and use it how you want to use it. And creating, gathering information like emails, mailing addresses, maybe their websites or their Instagram accounts, things like that, and first names, last names. So it was kind of interesting how that was done. So I went back to this guy's YouTube channel, and had a look to see what other things that he has on there. And so I learned about, hang on, I got to bring it back here. So he had a video, sorry, I'm getting into my notes here. He had a video on 4 strategies that you could do to increase your income in 90 days, which was very interesting, because a couple of them I was like, yeah, there's absolutely no way I'd do that. And a couple of them I was like, yeah, I kind of do that now, but not for that length of time, or I don't do that many. So I'm going to increase that one. But the one that I thought was very interesting was he teaches you how to, with using AI, how to scrape Facebook group members. And I thought, well, that's interesting. And then how you can outreach to them, and then an outreach method. Let's see, how you can get a Facebook group, scrape the information on the members, and then do an outreach method with them, with the use of AI tools to help automate it and help come up with the scripts and all of that you want to send out. So I thought that was very interesting. And I thought, does that go against any privacy rules or anything? Probably for the group. So you got to check with the group beforehand, because some groups have an absolute no soliciting anybody in the group, even private messaging or anything else. But would they know if your contact information came from the group that you belonged to? There's a question for you. But so it was kind of interesting just hearing about that, because it didn't talk about the legalities of it, just talk, this is how you do it. So I guess you'd have to read the group rules and regulations to see what they have in there, because I know there's a couple of groups I belong to that say absolutely zero tolerance on soliciting people within the group, as well as private messaging them for solicitation. So I was sort of like, okay, I'm going to have to watch that one. So I'll let you know how that one goes. But I'm kind of curious to see how all of the stuff that I'm learning on AI is kind of coming together, being a little clearer on some things, how I can utilize some of the programs and tools that I have already learned about through this course that I'm taking, and how it can be utilized to help market, to help. Oh, one of the things, the videos I'm going to watch is how to, what was it? It was something to do with social media and creating content. It was content creation with using AI to help with content creation. I thought, well, that's interesting. So I'm keen to watch that video to see how he does it. I know how I have been kind of working with AI to do that, and just coming up with my own ideas. And some of them come to fruition, some of them don't. Some of them work really well, some of them don't. And so this one's a very different approach to it. So from what I have seen so far, but I haven't watched the video yet. I've just seen the name there and saw like a little clip of it. And so I need to go back and watch that video in its entirety to learn how to, and it's like endless content creation. And I'm like, I'm all about endless, because there's times my brain is sort of like, what am I going to post today? And I'll spend all day trying to figure it out and get to the end of the day. Oh, well, didn't get to post anything today. We'll try again tomorrow. And then other times I have a flood of ideas. And so I go and I get them all planned and posted and everything else. And I have a good CRM that actually interacts with some of the different social media platforms, so I can actually schedule them in there when I have these bright ideas. But this one says endless content creation. So I'm kind of curious to see how that works. But it's using AI to create that stuff. And I'm like, okay, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Let's see, what else have we done today? Oh, and our Amazon store, we added in personal products. There's not a lot in the personal products today. And it's just like personal care products. Excuse me. I think there's a face cleanser in there, a moisturizer, and a deodorant. I found a natural deodorant I really liked, and I don't have it here to show you. It's in the bathroom. But it was kind of interesting because it came with this little information card, and the little information card had on there about when you're switching from an antiperspirant to this natural deodorant, and some of the ingredients in the antiperspirant are going to take a while to detox from your body, and this is what's going to happen over the next 2 to 4 weeks. And I'm sort of like, oh, interesting. Like, did you know that aluminium is put into deodorant to actually block the pores from producing sweat? I'm sort of like, really? That's gross. I don't like that. So this over the next 2 to 4 weeks is going to be some detox going on. So we'll see how that goes. But so far, feeling good, looking good, smelling good. That's all I care about. Feel good, look good, smell good. We're good. But we are working on another one because movies is such a big part of who I am. I love watching movies. I'm creating a movie list in one of the Amazon stores. So we'll have an Amazon movie list store, and then I'm going to do the same with books. But right now, as I'm going through the movies, if there is a book that is related to that movie, like one of the movies I put in there is The Way with Martin Sheen and Emilio Estevez. So I've also added to their the book, the memoir that they wrote together, which is about their lives up until when they started working on The Way. And then from then on, it's talking about their journey in making the film The Way, which is kind of cool because you hear, and Martin Sheen starts off, and if you got the audio book of it, it's even better because they each read their own chapters. So the first few chapters is Martin Sheen talking about his life up until the point where Emilio was born. Then Emilio comes in with his piece, and then they switch backwards and forwards on the different chapters and things. And I'm right at the end, Martin Sheen makes some comment about to his other children. He says, your turn is coming too. So it sounds like he's planning on writing a book together with his other children, and that this wasn't just going to be a one-off. But it was the first time a father and son had gotten together and written a book like this. So it was really cool. It was amazing to listen to. The movie is fantastic. It's really cool. And if you don't know about The Way, it's about a son who goes off to Spain to do the Camino. I can't remember the full name of it, but the Camino is this long walk across Spain to the coast. And it's a pilgrimage that a lot of people go on. And so while his son is doing this, his son unexpectedly dies. So he goes over there to collect his son. He gets his collects his belongings, gets his ashes, and instead of turning around and coming home, he decides to finish his son's pilgrimage. And so it's the story of his thing of self-discovery, of learning more about his son and stuff as he continues doing this pilgrimage and just walking these however many thousand miles that I can't remember. In fact, I know somebody who has actually been on that walk, so I'm going to see if I can get her on the show to talk about that walk, because I followed her on social media as she would post, this was today, this is what happened today, and it was quite interesting following her journey on that. After seeing it, I'd seen the movie The Way, then I heard she was going to be doing this walk. So comparing the two with the scenery and all that sort of stuff. So it was kind of interesting comparing the two stories. And everybody has their own journey when they are doing that walk. They're on their own pilgrimage, their own journey of self-discovery. So things like that we're putting in the movie list. If there's a book that goes with it, we're putting them together. We're putting them in there. So you've got both of them in there. And that would be the case, like, if you're watching a movie that's based on a book, the book will be there as well. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It's a lot of fun. And am I using AI with all of that? Not at this point. Not at this point. Well, maybe I could have it come up with well, I get to type in a little blurb to go with each item that I put in there. But it only gives me so many characters, and I don't know how many characters it is. I just know that it does this full line across the box, and then it goes to this point. So this is the full line, and it goes to about 3/4 of the way on the second line. I'm not sure how many characters that is. I should count them up. So then I can figure it out. And maybe I can get AI to, I want to say this, but I need it in this space. I want to say this, we need this space. Because I have found ChatGPT has helped me condense things down. Like, this is the message I want to get across, but I only have this many characters. Please condense this down into this many characters in it. And sometimes I got to get it to do it a few times before I'm happy with what it comes up with. But other times it'll like hit the nail on the head the first time. But sometimes I've got to go back. Can you reword that? That you missed out this piece, which I really need to be in there. And you can take this bit out. So it reworks it and rewords it. And it will just quite happily sit there and just do change after change after change after change until I get what I want. By which stage, on some of them, I'm able to thought, what if I just put, and then I'll type into ChatGPT, like, what if I just write this? And it comes back and goes, yes, that's great. Can we suggest you make this change? And I'm like, perfect, done. So sometimes it's a work in progress. It's a collaboration. So there are times that you can collaborate with the AI. And most of the time, whenever you type in that the prompts in, you are collaborating with the AI. You're asking it to take this bit of information and create this out of it. You're saying, hey, this is what I want to say. Can you do this? And there's been times I've gone there and says, I actually don't need that piece to be in there now. Let's just concentrate on this piece. What if I did something like, and then I'll write out a sentence or two based on how many characters I have. I go, will that work? And then ChatGPT comes and goes, yep, that will work. Or you could word it this way and give me a suggestion. And I look at their suggestion and go, that's exactly what I wanted to say. But they used either fewer words or they used slightly different words, which gave it the impact I wanted it to have. So collaborate. It's good for collaboration and that sort of thing. People say you can write books with ChatGPT or with AI and stuff. I have not yet experienced that. I like to rely on my creativity. You can use something like ChatGPT to do proofreading for you. So you can put in what you're wanting to say and ask, can you please proofread this? But then you've also got programs like Grammarly that can help with that as well. So it's an interesting process to learn. So learning AI has been very interesting, very eye-opening with the capabilities and everything else. And it's like every day when I go in there and I do another course on a different AI tool, I'm like, how many are there? And I got 28 days of courses to learn a different AI tool every day for 28 days. I actually started it like 3 weeks ago and I'm only up to like day 6 because I got in the habit and then had other things that came along and certain projects came along that I can't talk about, which kind of interrupted that learning time for a little bit. But now we're back to learning and I sit down at night. I've now carved out my time. Instead of putting the TV on, I will sit there with my laptop on my lap, my own little lap table there, and do one of the classes. It takes all of like maybe 15 minutes. And that's that one tool learned for the day. And they just give you like an overview, but they are testing you as you go through the course. So as you're learning about it, it says, which of these prompts will not give you this result, or which of these prompts will give you, you want it to tell you about this, which of these prompts are the best ones. You want it to tell you about this, which one is the worst one. So it's all multi-choice questions, and it's usually pretty easy to pick out which is the right answer. I actually got one wrong yesterday, which surprised me. And then I went back and went, you didn't mention blogs in that one. Like it had these different methods within what was I learning? Jasper last night. I had these different methods that you could use in Jasper, and it talked about focus. And I'm like, hang on. And it's like giving you examples of what you could use these different platforms for. And I went back and I had a look and I go, you didn't mention blogs and focus. That's unfair because you mentioned blogs in this one, which is the one I chose. And the other 3 methods, you did not mention blogs at all. And you tell me that I got the question wrong. And the right answer is this focus one over here, which doesn't mention anything at all about blogs. So, but that's okay. You live, you learn, you move on, move forward. So yeah, just keep moving forward. So that's it from us for tonight, short and sweet, and hope you're. But my question to you tonight is: have you learned anything about AI? Are you learning things about AI? Do you have a favorite AI tool that you like to use? Let us know in the comments below. Are you embracing or are you resisting? That's another question. Are you embracing or resisting AI? And if you are embracing AI, what's your favorite tool that you found so far? And I will tell you this: the first I got introduced to an app called Dream, which came out, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know. But I can go in there and I do a lot of digital art in that one. I have so much, and I will tell you this: make sure that you don't have an appointment to go. Because when you're in Dream and you're creating different pieces of art, like you can put a prompt in there and they've got all these different styles that you can then choose from for it to create this piece of art. And you say, okay, I want this one in watercolors, and it will do a watercolor painting of what your prompt is. Okay, I don't want it in watercolor. I want it in this style, in steampunk style, or I want it in warp style, or I want, and you can choose the different ones. I want it to look like a diorama. They even have they have dioramas in there, which are really, really cute. They're very cute, some of them. I've created some very cute ones. Well, I think they're cute anyway. So they come up with these different ones, and you can spend so much time in there, and it's sort of like, okay. And I pay I think it's $20 a year for the premium program. I pay for that $20 a year for the premium program. You can do it all for free, but you only get one option when it does when it creates the art for you. You only have one option. On premium, you get 4 options. And with each of those options, you can either regenerate or you can create, design another one like this. But I go in there and and if I like them all, I'll download all 4 of them and then go, okay, let's try doing this one a different way. Let's regenerate this one, or let's try creating a similar one to this. And sometimes they bring up a picture which is sort of like, it's close, but it's not quite right. Let's redo that one in a similar style and see what can make that. Try it again and similar to this and see what comes up. And I'm just like, yeah. But you can lose track of time. It's like going down a rabbit warren in that thing. So I have oodles and oodles of stuff that I have created in digital art using this AI tool Dream, and had so much fun doing it. Now I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with all these, because I've got, it would be in the thousands. It would be well over 1,000 different pieces of digital art. And some of you will see them on cards that you get from me, because I've used digital art to create the backgrounds of the cards and then put the words over top. That's my biggest use of it, is going in and creating greeting cards, pictures to go on greeting cards with them. And I had this really cool one that I asked it to create. I got stuck on foxes for a while. Couldn't figure out what it was about the attraction with foxes, but I got stuck on foxes for a while. And so I've got this really gorgeous, it's like a watercolor, and it's got a picture of a fox up here. Then it's got a picture of like a pup down here. And so it's a rectangular picture. And I actually named them. I can't remember what I named them. I've got the description written somewhere. But I named them, and then I wrote this little story about them. And the bottom one is her Kip, which is a fox baby, is a Kip. And so Kit. Is it Kit or Kip? No, I can't remember. Fox baby. Yeah, it's either a Kip or a cub. Kit, K-I-T. So I had this kit called Kip, and I wrote this little story about Mum and her kit. And so it was a cute little story in that. And I had that up for sale, but then the site that was doing the selling closed down. I was like, damn it. So I don't know if I haven't put that one back out. I've got to find another site where I'm comfortable putting my work, that you can actually go and put digital art on there to sell. And so I've got to go find another platform for that I'm happy with, and get them all back up there again. So yeah. Anyway, so what do you use it? Do you use AI? What do you mainly use it for? Do you have a favorite AI tool? let us know in the comments below, and we will catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific.